The project is called Sustainable Supply Chains to Build Forward Better. It's a global project. It started in 2021. And in Namibia, it's focusing on the fisheries sector to ensure decent work in the fisheries sector.
The Ministry of Labour, Industrial Relations and Employment Creation drew its mandate from Article 95 of the Namibian Constitution, and which is implemented by the Act of Parliament. In these terms, is one of them is the Labour Act 11 of 2007. Being the Director of Labour Services responsible for enforcement of the Labour Act in terms of basic condition of employment and occupational safety and health, it is our responsibility to make sure that the mission of the ministry, which is ensuring harmonious labour relations in all economic sectors within Namibia, is realized by enforcing the law and making sure adherence with the law through either inspections that we do routinely, or is it handling of labour complaints in terms of basic condition of employment and occupational safety and health.
We are in Walvis Bay at one of the fishing companies, and we are here to do a joint inspection among the three competent authorities.
So now we are the three authorities here: the Ministry of Works and Transport, Directorate of Maritime Affairs, as well as the Ministry of Fisheries and Marine Resources, and also the Ministry of Labour. All right, and
we are here from the Ministry of Fisheries, where we are conducting inspection, where we are overseeing that all our laws that are in place, our books, the regulations, the Marine Resources Act, and the log sheets are all in order. What we basically were doing from last year up to this year, we were conducting inspection.
To start off briefly, maybe it's just to indicate that previously, before we get the technical assistance from the ILO, we as labor inspectors, both for basic condition and health and safety, we were limited in terms of we could not enter vessels. We could not go and board vessels to inspect. We relied on information that was coming from the factories, from the shop stewards, because of the limitation. So when the in-depth analysis was done, one of the gaps that was there, it was now the lack of inspectors for them not to board vessels.
Imagine it's you as an employer faced by the three authorities, and each of them are making sure that you adhere to those laws. It then brings you to the level where you will vow to make sure that most of your things, if not all of them, are in compliance with the law. Otherwise, you will be compounded, and it's a loss of income, because you have the crew on the vessels, and sometimes you will be told to let them disembark until you correct this.
The outcome we expect from this joint operation, that we continue to do the joint inspection, because actually it gives us also room to improve and to see where we need to improve. We are also learning from each other, from different directorates that the three entities that are involved in this industry.
This inspection of 2022 resulted in 12 vessels being inspected, and that means we have touched the lives of over 300 seafarers, which is fishermen, and over 200 fishery workers in those companies, and managers also, which are the chief mate, which are the engineers of those vessels, because we have picked up some of them had no understanding of our Namibian laws, because some of them are foreign engineers and or captains, and doesn't really concentrate in making sure and understand our law. So it really brings about a good understanding. We have observed the improvement in this year inspection, and it has strengthened our relationship as players in the sector.
It's really a milestone that we are trying to achieve in terms of we want to achieve a high level of compliance in the fishing sector.
At the same time, also is just to strengthen and promote adherence in the sector. And the other issue is to also continue and verify that the hand of three authorities bring together can bring about advanced detect of non-compliance and better remedials of how to deal with those non-compliance. At the end of the day, we are trying to make sure that in our fishery sector, there is zero child labor, zero forced labor, and zero labor unrest. And you can only achieve that when you are enforcing the law, when you are educating and bringing about awareness of those that are operating in the sector. And in the end, that will bring about also productivity and business sustainability.
Through the request of the Ministry of Labour, Industrial Relations and Employment Creation, we were requested to support them in the promotion of the variation. And as a project, we managed to come up with pamphlets and small leaflets like this one that I'm holding on the variation. We are busy distributing these ones, and this variation is for the Labour Act that the fisheries stakeholders requested to vary from the Labour Act, as the fisheries sector operates differently from other sectors. This is something that is educational for the fishers to also learn.